Hello everyone, welcome to your excuse me, your soul journey check-in, monthly check-in. Lost my voice there right off the top. It is a pick a card. I've pre-shuffled the deck just so that when I get into your deck that you're drawn to, the first card will have meaning. So we'll still dive into the first card. Excuse me. Man, there we go. We're going to use the 8 dimensions of self to see what area your soul wants to talk with you today. And we'll see what the messages are behind that. But this is just your monthly check-in on your soul journey. See where you're at in your path, where you're headed, what's up next, what maybe you're currently facing, etc. If you need more time to tune into the top card or a particular deck, feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, I'll just move these ones aside in the order that I'm going to be reading them so I can remember. Okay, and then we know that the top card can have some significance. Okay, so group 1 or card 1, pile 1, deck 1, however you want to refer to it. Now we'll start with the charms. We'll see where your soul wants to focus the conversation, and then we'll head on into getting some cards for some elaboration on that message, so you can see what you take away today. Let's see. Okay, so what area, what dimension of self are we checking in on during our soul journey check-in? Based on where you're at. As you can see, some movement here, so I'm just hovering, allowing them some time to pull down here what they're looking for. Looks like I'm gonna have to chase a few charms here all over my desk. Hopefully I find them before the next group when I do some cleanup. Feeling a pull here. Somewhere around here. Okay. I'm just gonna take these away and check the one that ran down here. And this other one that came running down. Okay. Oop. Just turning the charms. I wonder why everything's running away. Have you been running away? What's going on here? Okay. Running away, a sense of moving on, maybe moving forward. Maybe that's why the charms were rolling away from me here. Okay, so let's get the cards to help the elaboration of the message, help emphasize some specific points. Let's see here. Soul journey check-in. We want to connect with you on today. You can't hear, but in my ear, down on the floor, my dog is enjoying a fresh bone, so I can hear him just chewing away on it. Enjoying it. Maybe you're also enjoying a snack. Or maybe they're encouraging you. Pause the video now and come back when you got a snack in hand here. Okay. So we're going to start with the primary card here. So the top card, as I prepared the deck, or we as in myself and your soul energies and the angels' energy for the check-in. We definitely have with this group, pretty clear as day here for me. A period of struggle. Obviously, the struggle is going to be different for all of us, but I feel a lot of it is more internal. Like whatever the trigger was for the struggle, that trigger is long history here. This is your getting through it. So it could be a period of grief. It could be working through emotions, working through, sometimes we have a physical ailment, the way she's kind of caressing and holding her arm here. So there might be some kind of recovery period, right? Recovery after injury, recovery after loss, recovery after a pain, kind of being the unifier for everyone in this group. So in recovery mode, that's the point that we're at in your soul journey. We're at a point within your path here where you're meant to be recovering. So we'll see why you're recovering, what are you preparing for, what may have triggered it. I'm just going to move my cup here because I know I'm going to knock it. I talk with my hands, even though you can't see me on camera. Okay. I'm going to start here with the winter is coming, because it does relate quite closely to the sentiment of your top card. This is a long duration, a period of waiting. It is a period of recovery. It could be a period of sameness, right? Just no change, no beautiful ups, no crazy lows as well, which is good. But it's just like a period of other than, I don't know how to describe other than just sameness. Day in and day out, you know what you need to get done, and like I said, not really any change. Now it's sitting on sense of oneness in terms of your higher self, and we saw that here in your top card, the way you're caressing yourself. You're kind of in the process of recovery, so you are focused in on your well-being, focusing in here on your well-being, feeling whole. So emotionally, physically, with your environment, right? You want to be the word I'm hunting for here, like balanced and comfortable. That's all sort of the sense of oneness. I know who I am. I know where I am. I'm comfortable in all respects of that. So right now you seem to be in a period of introspection, healing, rediscovery, focusing in on who you are, what you need, who you're becoming. This beautiful transformation card. This is one of the nicer, or in my opinion, one of my nicer magician cards that I own. I just really like the supportive loved ones and all the angels, the feathers and the butterflies all around you. So there's your isolation, right? There's your introspection. See how she's coming out of the water, right? She's walking forward, carrying herself forward. She's going from waist deep to now you're pulled up on the boat, right? You're drying off. You've got hope, self-confidence, self-esteem's returning, stability and emotions, just a better place for dealing with what you're going through or what you went through. So a really strong momentum forward here. And I like how your angel here is smiling at your back, your soul spirit as well, kind of looking back at you because they know what's coming up, all these opportunities, and then here you are embracing them, right? Or being presented to you in front of events. You made a choice to go through this transformation. That's what's nice about this. that you're very much involved in this transition, in this process. You know exactly what you're doing, right? You know that you have to put in the work, and you are. You're focused on your recovery. So that could be rehab, counseling. It could just be, maybe you're getting back into a physical fitness routine, or tapping into your spiritualism. Whatever you're doing to focus in on this sense of oneness again, feeling whole. I know who I am. I'm feeling sure-footed again, full of confidence, self-esteem, a more optimistic, brighter outlook. It looks like you're coming out of this soon in terms of your soul journey check-in here, but you've got some wonderful new experiences and opportunities that are awaiting for you here. Okay. I'm going to go counterclockwise here, your 8 dimensions. So we're heading into imagination, your power visualization, piggybacking your magician card here. And we have just a little bit of fulfillment lacking. There's something missing in your heart space here. Maybe it's having a creative outlet. Maybe it's having something that allows you to just kind of escape into your imagination, to dream, to explore your thoughts, maybe even explore physically, right? Maybe you have an adventurous spirit and you like to get out there and you can't right now, especially if you're one of the injured, just nursing in recovery here. But there's a focus here on turning on your creative center, tapping into your power of visualization to fill in this little missing piece here so that you have full balance in your heart fulfillment. Let's see. Yeah, look how he's placing that missing piece, right? Here you go. So, yeah, something needs your focus. You need something to do, right? He's tending to the garden. He's building jewelry. She has a new friendship or a new relationship to focus on. So whatever you're lacking here at this point in your journey, it just seems like something small. Again, it's an interest, it's a passion that they want you to focus on. So focus means pursuing it, trying it out. You never know, right? For example, I've always liked houseplants, struggled with getting them going, and now, years later, I have a beautiful, wonderful home full of houseplants. So it could be something like that. Just dedicate some attention, quiet attention here to an activity, to a person, to a relationship, I should say, a connection, to an interest that's going to give you this balance here, that's going to fill in the rest of your heart center there. I'm wondering how I should place these so they're. What I like about this is just the scale of it. It feels very tiny. It's just a little hole. It feels like a little task. Only takes a little bit of your day to give attention to a plant, to water it. Here it's a little piece that he's joining. It's a quiet exchange and a connection here. So this is like quiet time. Resting the mind, but at the same time, you're dreaming. You're giving yourself the opportunity to tap into this power manifestation. Okay, so I'm just going to do this for a second. Self-discipline and resiliency. I just wanted to see what the commitment ring was sitting on. in connection with your heart center in terms of your 8 dimensions. So your core, your complete alignment, when all the charms were down in the center, you would be in a really strong alignment. So right now there's a commitment here that you're quite either loyal to or determined to secure. So this could be a contract, a long-term deal, a goal that you've been focused on and working on for quite a while. But look how close you are, right? It was almost sitting completely on the heart. So what you're trying to succeed at, achieve, you're getting very close to it. Your willpower has almost fully aligned with this opportunity. It is connected to a new start. This new start is on feeling heard in your emotional center. So whatever this commitment is with this new, what you've been working on for a while, there is recognition for it because of the connection with the feeling heard. So that tells me that literally you'll be in this will be a commitment, a relationship, a new job, a new role where you will be heard, right? Authoritative, valued, encouraged to speak up, encouraged to express your needs so that they're met. This is a long-term contract charm. So it looks like you've been determined and focused on securing that for you. So it's either happening now for you or it's soon to happen in terms of your soul journey check-in. So this is definitely the next big milestone. So we have your recovery, some quiet time to allow yourself to dream and visualize and feel a little joy in a little area of the heart. And then you have this big contract, this big commitment that's going to be new, fresh. Everything's aligning here. It's coming into play. And as I pick up the cards, they're playing the summer solstice kind of game here. And then we have the Ace of Swords, about to take flight, right? It's strung, it's pulled back, it's ready to be released. So this golden opportunity, this wish, the star in the sky, about to be released to you. And look, it's the recovery, right? Now you're on land. Where are we? Waist, on the boat, and look at you running onto the shore, being greeted, being welcomed back, making these connections, returning to work. These are the new memories. These are all your future moments coming up, all the different chances, events. But there's one specifically that is clearly just about to happen here in your soul journey. Like I said, it's related to this contract, so this has to be securing it, right? He's grabbing onto the wand here. He's joining that community. So like I said, this is a work contract. This is a proposal of some kind. You are definitely receiving and joining. You are committing to something. This is committing to a new home, right? Home ownership. So this is joining the neighborhood, joining a work community, joining a new family, joining a new friend circle group, joining a new leisure team of some kind. But you've been working on this, so you know what this is. They're just letting you know it's happening soon here in your soul journey check-in. So end of October, so we're before the end of the year's out, or right at the beginning of 2026. All depends on your progression here, your momentum as you work out of your recovery. These 3 stages that they're clearly indicating for you, but your wheel is turning. You are moving around these dimensions here. So healing and focusing on self, quiet time for self, and then you rejoin or join and become very sociable again. So quite nice here to go from the quietness back to feeling whole, back to having the excitement and the anticipation to get together with others, all coming up here in your cards. Okay, so just going to move on to group 2 here. So thank you for joining and getting your check-in. Just making my notes here. Recovery for this group. And new contract, right? New commitment. Probably should have wrote that at the top. Okay, learning for group 2. All right. Let's get the cards. Group 2, and then we had the top card, which was our, I guess, unifier, as we saw in the first. That brings you all together. Okay, so group 2. We're going to start with your charms first and see where you're at in your soul journey. We'll get the cards for the elaboration and the emphasis in those areas, but we'll start first with the card when we get to the reading. Oh. Letting them see if they're okay. I wasn't sure if they wanted to keep those hanging on the back fingers, but just go around and see where they want to focus in. Already we're getting some movement. I think they're looking for sort of this sense of justice, this fairness, right and wrong. Coming down here. Okay, keep going around. Gone quite quiet in my neighborhood. My building's gone quite quiet and still as well. So I don't know if you were like holding your breaths or what, but we all got really quiet there, really focused. Okay, let's see what the cards are going to elaborate with for you all. Where you at in your soul journey? What's check-in going to be about? What shall we talk about? Okay. Bigger cards, so I might just move the bowl off to the side. The cards up there. Okay, so group 2. We'll see here what the what the unifying your main card is here. Truth. Well, that's interesting because during the charm, so if you were with me for the intro, even though the charm fell on intuition, I was drawn to, and I thought the charm was coming down on fairness, right and wrong, sense of justice, I said, and then we have truth. Standing on the scales, looking out at the universe, asking the angels, asking your intuition, where we're going to start here. What's going on, right? What's happening here? Obviously, we're doing a soul check-in, but I feel like you're wondering, all those game shows that we see now. We have like the more scary ones, like Squid Game. So this would be like her wondering, am I going to make that leap? Am I going to fall? This could be games like Traders, right? Am I on the side of truth? Am I a faithful or a traitor? There's a, I don't know why they're making I think that your soul energy here, such beautiful purple intuition hue here. They're trying to make it more playful. Like you're scared. Like for me, this would be like bungee jumping. You know, I'm standing on the ledge here and I just refuse to bungee jump. That's how I feel this is. You're kind of looking forward, going, I know I want to be there. I know that's the next step. That's the next leg. This is the next chapter in my soul journey. This is the next experience I'm supposed to have. But I am so scared to go there. So you want some confirmation, right? Truth. I want some very clear proof. It's safe to move forward. It's safe to kind of jump forward here. I'm just going to make a note here that you guys are kind of looking ahead, but hesitating to go. Okay. I said we were going to start on intuition, so we are. So first charm, or a charm, came down on intuition. This is your creative center, your solution orientated, your creative mind, analytical mind, right? To think things through, figure it out. And they're giving you playfulness again. So again, we have playfulness. First card here, we've got my whimsical butterfly. This is all like toy box energy, so very youthful, playful, joyful. You know, being able to laugh in a situation, being able to just go with the energy, not get disrupted too much when a delay comes in or plans change. So not letting that rock your boat too much, right? Sort of the joy of life here. So your intuition, they want your intuition to go back to not being filtered through sort of this hesitant space, this mindset that you have. Oh yeah, look at that, trapped in fear. Trapped in fear. And you're, see, you know you should go forward. You know you should leap forward. But of course, we all get frozen, right? We get stage fright if we're supposed to go out and perform for the first time. You know, we get the, what do they call it? The first day jitters, right? Heading into school, heading into an interview, heading into a new job, heading into meeting a circle of friends or family members for the first time. So there's some anxiety here, some nervousness. You want to move forward. You know your heart and your intuition, everything is telling you go, right? We saw this here. Everything's telling you go. And you're in a stage of fright, right? Frozen. So your soul here is trying to let you know, we recognize that this moment in time, it kind of scared you, shocked you. Maybe it's a too good to be true scenario, like, wow, I can't believe my luck, right? And your soul's trying to say, yes, of course you have luck. Go with it. This is meant for you. You have, look at your tool belt, right? You have everything you need to get to the next side. What you don't see on this card is there's very likely a bridge in the middle connecting the two scales that she can just walk across. She doesn't have to jump. She doesn't have to make the scale swing. She's probably just looking at one of those loose, like wood bridges, right? So she just has to walk across. Just have some balance, right? Stability, balance, trust in self. Everything that they're saying here in the cards. So you're at an intersection of fighting against your intuition. Your heart and your mind, everything is pulling you forward, and you're stopping yourself. You're, you know how we hold on to a door frame, right? A door jamb. No, that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Okay. With the bunch of grapes on your true self, your sense of I, your sense of identity, we have center of pure awareness. Again, your heart center is lit up, but we saw that here. We know that you know. We saw that here. We know that you know. You know your soul purpose. We know you know your truth. And it looks like your purpose here is to grow, to foster, to nurture, to cultivate, to be able to uh, like give back, right? You're growing this bunch of grapes so that you can produce the wine, so that your community doesn't go thirsty, right? Your family can sell it so that you have shelter and food on the table. So you're very aware. This is very much a group following your soul purpose here. You're being pulled to your soul purpose of, I need to be someone who cultivates, grows, nurtures, convenes, helps others to prosper, helps a community come together. So follow new beginnings. Yeah. There's the other side, right? There's the scale. Look, that's what she was looking at. She was afraid, but it's just, see how the floor is there? You got to trust, right? Trust the floor is there. All you had to do is step forward, very much like the Fool card. And again, there's your tool belt. There's everything you need. You're the subject matter expert coming in, right? You're the soulmate this other person's been waiting for. You're the leader. You're the nurturer. You're the mother. You're ready to have the family. You got to step forward, embrace this soul purpose that you are being pulled. You are absolutely being pulled towards this. No wonder you're getting the jitters. But they want you to step forward. Have faith. Have faith that the path is there. It is meant for you. You are going to land on solid footing. You are going to grow and prosper here. Okay. Coming up, same quadrant, same area, acceptance. Well, there we go, right? The self-belief, self-esteem, the kicking of the fears, the concerns, the anxieties. This is all about balance. I love soccer is basically what this message says up here. Loving yourself, finding your yin and yang, centering yourself, almost like this card here. Trust, right? The balance. You can trust I love soccer is trusting that the ball, you can balance on the ball, right? It's also going to move the ball forward, momentum. Trust that you can drive this momentum forward. You're going to do a good job. Accept your fate, right? Accept the path forward. Accept this new beginning. Yeah, that's why it's scary. There's a huge transformation for you. Probably after a period, a duration. I feel like you've been standing on that scale for a while. This fear probably happens right before you step out. You probably get the courage to take that step forward to make sure that plank appears. And then you last minute go, oh, no, maybe I can't. But you went through a major transformation here. You're moving forward, see? Forward momentum with this group. Nothing but encouragement to go on. So transformation complete. So you've wrapped up that part of your soul journey. Now you're at the part of the soul journey where you got to move your wheel of fate forward. So you got to take that step. You got to take one step. Look at each card here. 1 foot forward, 1 foot forward, 1 foot forward. That's all they want you to do. Take one step forward and embrace and welcome in your new beginning. You went through a major transformation. So, you felt the pull, go with it. This is your truth. You are living your truth. You are living your soul path. You are living your soul journey. You're at a critical juncture here where you need to overcome, trust in self, and move forward. Really, really nice message here for you guys. I'm just writing new beginning, because that's a really important message for you. So I look forward to the next soul check-in with you to see where you're at in this new start. Let's see, did you go full steam ahead once you took your one step? Because there does feel like there's momentum here. But congratulations on understanding, knowing your soul purpose, and living your truth, right? Wonderful. Group 2. So I will see you in group 3, unless you weren't drawn to that card or that deck, and I'll see you at the next reading. So let's get group number 3 over here. Group number 3, we've got the top card, which is our unifier, connects you all. This card's a little bit bigger, but we'll get them all on. Focus on the chart anyways. Okay. Moving the charms back over. I moved them for the other cards. Okay, so group 3, we'll get your charms first, see where we're focusing in on your soul journey. We're just checking in, so where are you at? And sort of what's next, or what's the advice regarding where you're at. So we'll get that with the elaboration and emphasis with the cards. But we will start with what's unifying you all together. So let's get into it here. Where are you guys at in your soul journey? Let's check in. Ooh. Okay. Courage seems to be highly emphasized there, but we'll make sure we get the right charm and the right message. Okay. I think I need to go back, because something over the heart here, every time I come to the heart, I get a ringing in my ear. So, okay. We'll clean up, and these are bigger cards too, so maybe we'll just move. Okay. Oop. There we go. Just in on the willpower center here, and physical body, so strength. Maybe that's what connects you all right now, is your endurance, your strength, your perseverance. In every sense, depends on how that applies to you, but it seems like you're kind of spiking high right now on your abilities, your capabilities, or feeling, right? You feel strong, you feel capable, you're ready and determined. Okay. All right. We're going to start with your unifying card. So what's the common connector here for everyone drawn in terms of where you're at in your soul journey? I'm pausing because I'm being drawn in just to the sort of the snowman carrot nose here. Beak, reference to the swan. But they're pointing me down to this well, where her nest is perched up on. Looking down this well. I wonder if that's why I was getting like the determination here, the endurance, right? Because this is super focused here, right? She's only looking down, like nothing else around her matters. This has her attention gripped. So yeah, you're all definitely, I don't know if maybe you're just watching for something, because now I feel like she's embracing here. She's in um, what is called like a crash position. You brace for the impact. And maybe that's why the card is telling me down, right? We're bracing for impact. So that has like a falling sensation. So I don't know if that's what you feel like if that's the state that you feel like you're in right now, like you have to brace for impact. You feel like something's crumbling or you're falling. Maybe you feel like you're falling. Who knows? Maybe you're just falling in love. Doesn't necessarily mean you're faltering in any one area, but definitely you get that sensation from you. You're trying hard here to kind of, avoid what you see below here. Okay, so I'm just going to make note about like endurance, your resilience, and then falling impact, right? Preparing for impact. But I don't see what you see. I feel like you're some kind of expectation. Maybe you placed an expectation on something you've preconceived, right? You've presumed something, and that's why you're planning, you're preparing. You think this is where I'm heading. I'm going to start down here. Obviously, I'm fussing here with these bottom cards here. So on your physical body, we have movement and overall well-being. And on that, we have my superstitious cat, my skeptic cat, but it's got the ability to go ahead and, play with the ball, leap off the branch here, but it's paused, right? It's skeptical of, well, what will happen if I do this? Um, so it's sitting on sort of that physicality, overall body movement, head to toe, emotional, physical, spiritual well-being. And there's some lack of trust here. Like I said, some skepticism, some unsureness. Maybe that's why you're feeling like you're just falling. There's no end in sight. Maybe that's why you have a view of this is my fate, right? Things are just going to get worse. Sort of that skeptic mindset. But it's holding you back, like physically here, right? Physical body. The way she's bracing for impact. You're holding yourself back. Why? Why are you holding yourself back? And they're giving you 3 cards for this, so okay. Pretty big message, I guess, for this group. So it's interesting with this 3-card approach because they're putting the fork in the road, the decision in the middle, right? And you have a decision to continue as is, right? Status quo, keep following along, keep moving forward in the same pattern, in the same routine, following what's happened before. Not that that's negative, but it's possible for you. So giving you a bit of a positive outlook here in terms of maybe you're reading too much into this scenario, which is there is a clear line of succession here. There's a clear progress. You know what's going to come next, what's going to happen next, what you can do next, what's the next step for you. So a nice degree of predictability for those of us that like that in life. Guidance, right? Because you have an example, you know where you can go. You have someone that can help lead and bring you there, so you're not alone. Or you can kind of step out on your own here, go a completely different route. Here she's going up, there you're looking down, right? So head up. You've got the choice, multiple choice. This is just examples of, it feels like. All the multiple arrows that they're trying to show you here as your guardian angel and your soul energy checks in with you, right? Here you are. You're at this soul check-in. You're at this check-in point. The llama here is skeptical. I'm happy just grazing right here. I don't need to follow any one of these arrows. And your angel's on your back going, well, no, we can go this way. So how about we try that out? And then the monkey is like, well, no, why don't we can go this way, and this could be the outcome. So again, they're highlighting here that what you think is going to happen or is happening. There's definitely a shift here in your outlook in order for you to take an action, right? In order for you to move. Remove the skepticism, right? Remove the what ifs. Well, what if I do that? Well, just do it and find out, right? Just do it and find out. So some encouragement for you to explore, for you to just allow yourself. Don't have any preconceived expectations on anyone or any kind of scenario. Maybe I should angle them just so they're on camera as best I can do it here. There we go. I'll just slide it over. Okay. Right? Like you never know. You might find extreme happiness. You might find some new friendships. You never know what might happen if you just allow yourself to the freedom here to play, to move forward. Give it a try. Okay. So I know the cactus was on the heart, so that's when everything comes into alignment. So we do have that discipline, that resiliency, that determination that we see there. And they're saying there's multiple ways to approach something. So again, we're getting the same message. Try a different way, try a different outlook, try a different route. But all roads lead to positive experience, positive opportunity, something new for you to try. So again, encouragement here to explore. I think you're almost there in terms of your courage, your willingness, because it's almost on your heart, right? Everything's almost aligning here for you for sort of the skepticism to shake loose here. And it's sitting on courage, slightly touching the focus that we saw there. This is my soulmate charm. This is a perfect match. So again, alignment. But in order for you to have a perfect experience, right, to come across the best deal, to have the door open for you, you have to be willing to be there, step out, be open-minded to it. So it's almost in alignment. Oh. We see how closely your sort of skepticism barometer here is, and your courage, right? So as your courage gets closer, so this could be heading into, well, we'll see in the cards, but if it's a new relationship, this is you putting preconceived actions, what's happened before. So you're reading into things, right? The way she's focused, looking down, you're reading into things that aren't there. You're overcomplicating, and they're saying, ease up, don't overcomplicate. Same here. There's not a single copy, right? Every experience is going to be slightly different and beautiful, and you have the opportunity here for another great, amazing opportunity, connection, experience, if you have the courage, as you let go of your preconceived notions here, your willingness, right, to physically step forward, to physically embrace. Okay. Yeah, look, timing is right. Alignment's coming in. We've got harmony happening for you. Very serendipitous moment, right? Again, the play, the joyfulness that we have, all these colorful cards that are contrasting, the darker hues, the more muted monotones, grayscale of the first card coming into these beautiful colors. But there's such a strong emphasis in this group, in this reading, about the timing, the alignment. Now's the time to explore. So, get out and date, or get some dates in the calendar, get some trips in the calendar with you and your partner, with your family. Get ready to embrace, change in your work life or your work environment, your circle of friends, your lifestyle. There's some beautiful music here coming in for you. Nice harmony. Everything's about to start, right? The tick-tock, this new starting. You have the courage to allow it in, right? To look up, to stop dwelling. Maybe this is dwelling because it is a well. Stop dwelling on the past and what's happened before. You don't need to brace for impact anymore. The treatment that you're going to receive, the experiences that are there for you are much lighter. They're not so heavy. They're not so harmful, right? That's the message I'm getting for you guys here. So it does take courage to be willing to try again in any respect. Returning back to a work environment after a long time being out of it. Returning or first time out on stage. That could be scary. First time back to dating could be scary. Falling in love, or following a passion, right? Making a big change. But the timing was right for you in order for you to have sort of a whole new song. And it looks like you get to explore in this new chapter, in this, if you move forward, right? If you move forward from where you're at right now in your soul journey, there's some sort of nice music. You can almost hear kind of the stomping, the drumming. She's dancing. You have music up here. So I think you're going to be heading into a possible period of, it's too good to be true, maybe. Maybe that's why we have this kind of superstitious kitty here. They're going to prove to you that, magic does exist, right? Our dreams can be reality. Wishes do come true. You built a nest on top of the well that you threw your coin in, that you threw your wish in. Look how long you've been waiting. You've been waiting for your wish to come true, right? You've been sitting, waiting, embracing for the impact of that wish to finally arrive. But you got to actually make a decision. Which way do you want to go? So you're waiting, but the universe is waiting for you to take action. So we'll see when we check in next month in your soul journey, what route you took. Did you allow yourself to kind of go out there and just explore? There isn't a defined route for you. Just go out and explore, right? The cactus. Take any route. Try anything. You've got this.